There's recording. There's streaming. Oh, that's not the window I wanted. That's not the window I wanted either. There we go. How's it going, Pedro? Ah, I already just got ninja'd on the cursed. Alright, this has got to be a fast one, because I got to go make dinner and then raid afterwards and then go to bed. So there's not going to be an evening Pocky stream today. There is instead going to be a quick before dinner Pocky stream. That's just for Juan. Good luck. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hopefully this goes well. It should go pretty well. Unless I am reading one of the moves wrong. Where is my muck? It's over here somewhere. I should I think Bryn is otherwise occupied, but I'm sure she'd appreciate you thinking of her. Muck, Kingler. Do you know, I think one of my main regrets this run is that I've done so little with Mega Kingler. It's a cool mon, it just has barely come to anything. This one. Wordier. Decidueye stays. This goes for Excadrill. Also, I thought Excadrill would be hype as heck, and I think it is maybe killed one mon. Or thereabouts. It's not gonna kill anything in this fight either. Excadrill is probably the sack if I need a sack. There's only one word. Actually, the sack is gonna be Decidueye if I need one. There is a 1 in 16 times a 1 in 24 chance that our Decidueye dies. I think. Not too bad. Needs to be crit and attack dropped. I think. Actually, I guess it's even better than that. It's 1 in 10 times crit. Ugh, that's not too bad. Times 100? A 0.4% chance that Decidueye dies. I mean, we'd still win though, so it's not a huge deal. Excadrill, Ceruledge. Excadrill, I guess, is the backup sack, if you want to think of it like that. Muck needs... Also, half the team is going to be careful. Just super strange. Trying to record my boss fight frags. I am just... So, spoilers for my Elite Four stream. I'm trying to do the same retroactively, going through all of my VODs. I'm up to Charlotte, I think. Yeah, this is up to Charlotte in Snowroot, ahead of... Is that a shiny Subat? It is a shiny Subat, yes. It's never come to anything. This is up to Charlotte, so before Chimney, before Charlotte. The goat, Alolan Executor, super carrying the early game. Really, really cool. That was a fun step to see. And that Kingler also did a bunch of useful stuff early game. This doesn't have any mons that have no kills, just because I cannot be asked to go through like my box in the VODs. I might add them all at the end, but here's a snapshot of what my early game was like. Lantern, Meganium, Togekiss, and Alolan Executor. Most of Starmie obviously is on Brawly. And Dugong got way more kills than I thought. Anyway, I'll show the full details for that when I'm done for ahead of the E4. This is Blooper. Okay, so we're going careful. Like I said, about half the team is going to be careful. This ended up being a huge pain in the ass to prep around crits into baiting specific moves. And there are a lot of instances that I am required to be able to know with certainty what the incoming move is going to be. So careful is the way that we can guarantee that. There's so many special attackers. Even Kingler is going to be careful. Very balanced. Yeah, super balanced in the early game. Notable things to look out for, probably, are this is where Cinder, Ice, and Lucario have just started. Lucario is going to get a pile of kills from Trick House, but I've barely used it since. Notable shitmon, Gengar is going to continue to not get a whole lot of kills. The Gengar, I think, has been pretty disappointing throughout. It'll get a nice spike at Norman, though, which is something. And also that Clodsire down here at tied for last with 1 kill, but this Mon has come to like 5-ish fights by this point in the game, I think. So there'll also be a discussion, I think, at the start of my E4 stream for like Mons that are great, but just didn't come to or that didn't get a lot of kills, which Clodsire, I think, is going to be one of those. Okay, Wordier, I believe, is already modest. Exactly, he is a locker room guy, textbook locker room guy. Modest Wordier. Decidueye needs Adamant, Exa doesn't matter, and Ceruledge needs Careful. Okay. That's just this frag count looks turning R&B. I have never seen an R&B frag count. This is the first frag count I even really saw, but 30 frags first split. Wow. I guess that game has a much higher fight density than this one does, though, too, right? At least that's my understanding. Let's get a heal before we forget. Also, this is going to look super weird. I'm going to need y'all to trust me on this one. But Muck needs to shave exactly 1 attack IV. And nothing else. That 1 point of attack was just too dangerous. Reynolds, the 300 trainers, wow. Yeah, not sure I'd have the stamina for that. Attack, Assault Vest, Careful, Poison Jab, Not Fire Punch, Knock Off, Sucker Punch. Yep. Tantrum. This needs Iron Head. Keeps Shell Armor. Careful, King Light. Okay. Iron Head there. Let's pull up the TM sheet. $119. There were some lines that this was actually cut instead of Iron Head for a bit. There was a time that Kingler was my lead. It is not anymore. Just because there were too much variance between like crits and one-shots or getting a flinch with Iron Head and taking 0 damage and baiting out different mons or different moves, so we smoothed it out. Sarah makes Gardenia free. Oh, sweet! I mostly did Simisear Swanna for a while. I think I did my Gardenia after Brawly. But then you did your Beach House way before I did. I didn't do Beach House till after Watson. It's cool to see all these, like, the optional stuff when people choose to do what. Okay. AV, Careful. This one's done. Tantrum, Iron Head, Flip Turn, Liquidation. Careful. Expert. This is fine as it is. I think it needs changed moves, though. Yeah, several changed moves. First of all, we're actually going to make use of, on our special attacking deer, we're going to use the unbanned Psy Shield Bash. I would love a Bronzong in a future playthrough, but this is one of the only boosting moves that isn't banned. We're not really going to be abusing it here. I think it's kind of difficult to abuse on a special attack relic Wordier, and, you know, it's just defense boosting so you can still die to crits, but we're going to make use of it to force out a specific mon later on. This also needs Shadow Ball and Hidden Power. Bronzong was really fun. Bronzong looks like it'd be really fun. I think, like, if I do a New Game Plus of this, I think it's not likely to be for any sheet purposes. There's not a lot of point to that anyway. I do think I wouldn't be surprised if I end up intentionally forcing a couple of mons, just because I want to try them out in the context of the hack. And Bronzong, I think, might be one of them. It looks really sweet. I want to try Furret, also, as goofy as that sounds. I definitely want to try out Penguin. I'm not that interested in Ape, to be honest, although I understand it's really busted. Reached 1,000 Miklay berries. Hot damn. Gonna be able to crack in for those rewards by the E4 stream for sure. That Switch Roast emote is still in the review process, so we're gonna be stuck to just the Mawailes for now, but it'll get there. Decidueye. Is this got the right item? Yeah, this needs a scarf. Tinted lens is good. This moveset is just fine. Sarah, thank you very much for the follow. Please enjoy your Mawile emotes. I've been enjoying your streams. It's always fun to see new people show up and decide to try out Imperium. Needs a scarf. Somebody has my scarf. Exa, I don't care. Seryu needs a spell tag. I think it's the fire or something. I don't know if it's the fire. I'm not sure if it's like the switch. Like, does the switch look like something that's copyrighted? Is the fact that it's like something on fire and it has the word roast in the emote name, does that flag something? I'm not sure. I'm glad you're having a good time. Again, I have not done. I don't want to take any credit for the hack itself. It's all Irov. I just do a lot of expansions AI development, which this hack is built on top of. But it's still very fun to see people try to engage with it. And I guess I can put Flare Blitz back on this. Well, this is probably fine. It's not clicking either move. So I need a Choice Scarf for Decidueye. Over? No. It's not on Tink. Specs. I guess we'll put the specs in the bag while we're here. Ah, crap. Twisted Spoon, Berry, Chester. No. Jolteon, maybe? Maybe. Is this just in my bag and I missed it? Okay, we'll grab a Choice Band while we're in here too. Love Disc, of course, of course. It's just steal emoji. Hello, Bralic. Again, this is only going to be one fight, but we are going to do that one fight. And then I guess maybe swim over to Evergrande afterwards, assuming it goes okay. Fuck is modifying emote? Dude, I don't know. I couldn't disable it. Twitch is like force enables it on all of the streams, I guess. You can redeem it and see. I don't know. I'm not a big Twitch person. I'm just here, and then people were like, it'd be fun if we had Mawile emotes for your E4. So I commissioned some, and that is like... You've seen 100% of my twitching except for a cooking stream I did with my wife when we were still dating like 7 years ago. Can I make an emote bigger or something? That's kind of exciting. Does seem a little costly. I guess there aren't a whole lot of rewards though. So it's something to drain the Miclay berries. Bam, bam. So for the 1.3 Miclay? Dude, you gotta keep that on the down low. People might be here, you know? There's nothing to honor. It's supposed to it'll be handled via skullduggery. Perhaps tomfoolery. Good old-fashioned stealth. Just need HP fire on Wordy here, and then I think this is everything, but we'll obviously do a final check as well. We blackmail him. Okay. 1.2x accuracy on one move, right? It's pretty sick. But you can't say that. There's a reward for cashing in Miclay berries that relies on you not wanting to give it to us. Assault Fest, careful. Gluttony's fine. Jab, punch, knock, sucker. Tantrum, Iron Head, Flip Turn, Liquidation. Shell Armor, careful. Expert Belt, Modest. Fur Coat. T-Bolt, Side Shield, Bash, HP Fire, Shadow Ball. Thousand Airs, U-Turn, Spirit Shackle, Weak Blade. Tinted Lens, Adamant, Choice Scarf. And yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Have you gone and restarted your own run yet? I know that was in the works. It's just like 1.3. I'm part of the bottlenecking problem on that. I apologize. This one doesn't matter. Willow, Bitterblade, Shadowclaw, Shadow Sneak, Flash Fire, Careful, Spell Tag. All right, this is all the things. Pass Winona with 1 death. Holy shit, that's an amazing comeback. Good for you, dude. You're gonna be back to the Elite Four by the time I am. Fuck. I counted. After Juan, I have 10 fights left. Volkner, both rivals, and then there are 7 trainers in Victory Road. So hopefully we can get there by next week sometime. We'll see. Alright, so I know people joke about these gym puzzles being boss fights, right? But I've said earlier on stream when we were doing Winona's gym, when I was sick and at home as a kid, I used to loop solving Winona's gym and Juan's gym. And I have solved Juan's gym more times than I could realistically count. Kind of victory lap. Okay, that's nice. That's good to know. I'm really happy with that. I didn't even look at the Victory Road trainers because the rival fights look kind of intense. We'll see. Except I've heard about this mob boss stuff really sucks actually, but I guess you can also just throw bodies at them, right? Just sack all the things. We'll just do one more scroll for the sake of convenience for Guitar, if this is one he goes back and checks later. Murdered my King Gambit. Goodness. Well, at least I don't have a King Gambit to murder. No, my water gym leader. Oh shit, I forgot to link this in the Team Aqua's hideout. Sorry, Archie, let me go drop it now. This is going to be a really short stream, but I will remember to do so. Short, Pocky stream doing Juan. Oh man, I should have pinged Juan. That might have been funny. Alrighty. Let's maybe pull up Juan as well. I don't think I'm going to need his calcs. I think this is a pretty near deterministic line. Even with crits and shit, but you can never be too careful. This Kingler, Wordier, Decidui, Exadrill, and Sarledge. Alright, let's go. Oh, crap. We almost messed up the follower. This is as good as I think we can get it with the followers. Let me ask you, did you know? Oh man, he's already monologuing at me. I should not be so coy. A compelling reason arose. I wonder what it was. I love that you switched him up to be a fairy type trainer. I think it suits really well. I think it's really cool. New artistry. Here we go. Alright, so the batshit... oh, I didn't even import my save. This is just the last save. Hang on. Is my wrong? My mons are going to be wrong. This muck... Oh, maybe they're right. No, they're definitely not. This doesn't have Iron Head. Give me one sec. This may be the save that I was using to prep the fight, rather than my actual save. And 82. Apologies for the brief delay. Muck is a pile of ooze, and yet he is a struggle to find. He's even like a rainbow pile of ooze, and I can't see him. There we go. Muck. Seru. Exa. Decidui. What is my last... There's Kingler in here somewhere. What is my last mon again? Wordier. Right. He's like a gray deer. I struggle so much finding mons in this box. There we go. Okay, so the batshit 30 attack IVs on Muck are really specific. It's so I don't one-shot with a poison jab crit. We really want Muck to be 2-hit KOing this Feeny, not 1-hit KOing the Feeny. I understand, you know, you can crit poison. It's not super likely, and I wasn't about to give this Muck like 0 attack IVs or whatever. I'm not even sure that would have been enough, but it's fine if we one-shot him, but we really would prefer to 2-shot it. The reason for the 2-shot, this should bait in Ursaluna. And we want the Ursaluna to be clicking return. So let's go double check my HP threshold. It should be 64%. Yeah, perfect. So if we only get hit once by the Feeny, return doesn't do enough damage to kill me, which means Headlong Rush is the only one-shot. Now, showing both Return and Headlong Rush as one-shots, Return has no consequences to the eye for clicking. Headlong Rush obviously does, so it'll favor Return. And we want to get a free switch into Decidueye here. Misty Terrain made the risk. Oh, you're right! You're right! Forgot about the Misty Terrain. Past Pocky must have remembered about the Misty Terrain. Thank you very much. I always have to re-Google what the terrains do. If you go through my search history for the today, I promise you a Bulbapedia lookup for what the fuck is Mystery Terrain is in there. Anyway, so this should be guaranteed return from Ursaluna, because it will prefer killing with that to Headlong Rush. There we go. So this Decidueye is Scarfed because while Scarfed, the AI in 1.2, I'm going to reference 1.2 specifically because I know at least Sour being newer to the game. This is changing in 1.3. A lot of other folks have already heard about that. The AI doesn't see choice items very intelligently. It sees that you get the damage buff from them. It doesn't see for itself that it's locked into a move unless it's a really, really bad move, like a status move or the move that doesn't affect you. If it's doing math to see how many hits it takes to KO you, it doesn't factor in the fact that it's locked in. And it does the same for the player. So I'm going to choice Scarf lock myself into Leaf Blade here. The AI is not going to see that when it's running its switch in calcs. So by being Scarfed, making myself faster than Rapidash, and having 1,000 arrows, it sees that nothing on its team can come in on my Decidueye. Because it is not going to be filtering for any of the moves. We are going to 2-shot this with Leaf Blade. We take any one crit. So we don't actually need the Scarf for speed at all in this fight. We naturally outspeed the Ursaluna. The Scarf is purely being used to stop the Ursaluna from being able to switch out. So it thinks you can Spirit Check other guys? Exactly, yes. And again, this is being changed to work as you'd expect in 1.3. Choice Mons should become a lot more intelligent in general. And how the AI plays aren't your choice Mons, same idea. But at 1.2, feel free to abuse the fact that the AI doesn't see that you're stuck in a move. Same thing in RV. Yeah, makes sense. It's using old expansion, and it works that way in old expansion. It's only recently been fixed. Because of people playing this hack discovering it. Okay, so this is the only reason that Excadrill is on the team. Let's go here. Let's go 142. So I take 58%. Again, we see Flare Blitz, Flare Up, and Play Rough both kill. And the Rapidash, same as the Ursaluna, Flare Blitz it's going to take recoil damage. Play Rough does not take recoil damage, so it'll favor the Play Rough kill instead. We need it to be Flare Blitzing. So we're going to pivot through Excadrill. It's going to exist here just to get hit once. It's a Steel type with a big attack stat in a Fairy Gym. It's going to be here as a pivot. And into Excadrill, the only thing that gets the job done is Flare Blitz. So we're going to now hard switch into Ceruledge. We take any crit, and even while careful, Shadow Claw plus Shadow Sneak does 90%. I have checked this, so 135 plus 67 should be 135 plus 67. 202. This is at 224. And so this was 202, right? So it's got 22 health missing. 224 divided by 10, 22. It just took the last 22 damage from Life Orb recoil. So Mineral Shadow Claw plus Mineral Shadow Sneak exactly always kills this Rapidash. We never died a crit. I mean, if he chooses to Wild Charge, he's dead to this recoil as a result also, but if he chose not to Wild Charge for whatever reason, I think Play Rough would have been a valid pick there probably, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but he is going to die to the Shadow Sneak. So let's start crossing mons off. This is gone, this is gone, this is gone. So the latest mon in the party that can outspeed and one-shot Cerulege is this Fluttermane. At 156, this should only be Shadow Ball. Perfect. If we got crit there, it's fine, but we're either going to be then baiting Shadow Ball or Psyshock. Shadow Ball just is a little bit safer, obviously. Wordier can sit here and tank either of these two moves all day long. Shadow Ball, obviously, more convenient. This is another great example of the AI's choice business not being the best. So, this into Wordier sees that it does great damage with Moonblast and won't switch out. And that it's got super effective typing on me with Ghost. So yeah, we're gonna sit here. We're gonna we're gonna set up some Psy Shield bashes. We could just kill this with Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball was for if we were coming in on Psyshock. It doesn't deal 0 damage, but it does deal damage. So with enough crits, we'd need to expedite this a turn with a Shadow Ball. And the reason we're doing these Psy Shield bashes, we're actually not going to be tanking anything with Wordier using them. We just want to bait Diancie instead of Tinkaton. So if we get our defense stat high enough, Tinkaton is going to see that it doesn't do enough damage to be a good switch in after KO. So let's go to Tink on this +3 defense Wordier. Best it can do is 12.5%. Diancie, being a special attacker, gets way more damage through. If we did not do this with Psy Shield Bash, oh, maybe it's still Diancie. Although Tink gets the outspeed, so it'll see that this wins the 1v1 and Diancie loses the 1v1, probably. But so Psy Shield Bashing is cooler, right? Basically never get to use this move. Okay, so this is the scariest part of the fight, in my opinion. This Diancie is going to see that it has a favorable matchup into me, and that I do not 2-hit KO, nor do I 3-hit KO. So I do outspeed it, but I don't 3-hit KO. So it's going to try to set up with this Calm Mind. We're going to let it and get in Kingler for free. It doesn't see a one-shot to try to go for that's fast or slow. It sees that I'm doing very little damage to it. Perfect set of circumstances for the AI to Calm Mind. Now for the wildest calc of the fight, probably. It's a little spooky. Tough Claws. So this Diancie is at +1 Spatak, +1 Spadef. And it's against a regular Kingler. Sorry, let's go to the fancy Diancie. Fancy Diancie. Into regular Kingler, this sees 3 different kills. Moonblast, Diamond Storm, and Earth Power. This should be Diamond Storm. This is the secondary effect on this only matters if I stay alive, same with Earth Power. Secondary effect on Diamond Storm is A, +2 as opposed to -1, and B, sticks around post-KO. So this should be a very clean Diamond Storm. How do we kill a Diancie that is at +2 attack, +1 Spatak, +1 Spadef? Kingler just kills through +2 defense. And the sick part is when we Mega, this Moonblast crit doesn't kill me. Because I'm careful. So we're going to pop Mega and Iron Head, and it doesn't matter if this gets +2. We don't need a crit or anything, we just kill it through everything. This is easily the single most impressive thing Mega Kingler is going to do the entire playthrough, I think. Really, really cool calc. Bait the Diamond Storm, we resist the Diamond Storm. There's the +2 defense. Game's going to make sure that I'm not a liar. And there we go. Last mon is Tinkaton. It's actually not a great matchup for Kingler because we're so low. So we are going to just flip turn out. Should do a little less than half, up to about half if I remember right. Yeah, a little less than half. Yeah, a little less than half. We're going to go into our full HP Fur Coat Wordier. And this is why HP Fire is here. It's just so that if we get like crit Gigaton into crit Play Rough, we're still okay because we just 2-shot. And we can tank both of those. Yeah, that animation was awesome. It's 1 HP fire. And there's 2 HP fire. The Gigaton is also super cute. Everything about Tinkaton is just awesome in this game. It's so fun to use. Its animations are sick. Its follower sprite is amazing. Perhaps I should make you a loan of my outfit. I would be so down. I would wear that into the E4. 8 badges done. And the Grim Snarl. So another riskless fight scene, but in your chest never aim. I'm sure there was something in there that I could have lost to that I hadn't accounted for. But that was really insulated from most things. It'd probably need a sequence of crit plus other thing going wrong. But yeah, that's not too bad. Honestly, I bet you some of the riskiest shit you're gonna see from me is in the Elite Four. Because we gotta funnel Mawile kills. And the only way you can funnel Mawile kills is by risking a few things for the biscuits, you know? Muffins is gonna love it, I'm sure. Player F drop on Saru have been bad. On the Rapidash Galar? Possibly, let's see. Player F... This never ended up taking a Player F, it ended up taking the Wild Charge instead. I guess kinda, yeah. But if he's going for Player F, if this was like crit stat drop, I can still tank another crit. If it's crit stat drop into crit Wild Charge, then I'm in trouble, but crit stat drop into crit into losing Sarilege is something I'm okay with. Going into this fight, I was okay sacking... How do I make these red? There's something you can do to make them red, I can't remember. I was okay sacking Decidueye and Sarilege if need be in this fight, but that is something I didn't strictly consider. I think it would have been okay, though. If E4 dies, I'm gonna be so sad. Dude, I'm gonna be so sad. There's been a rough stretch of E4s going in there. Did I heal? I think so, but we'll do it again. Michael, you just missed it. We just beat Juan. We're gonna go surf over to Evergrande. Pretty sure your E4 won't be as risky as the last one. I loved how that guy played the E4. I thought it was just delightful. Just put Meganium in front so I'm not accidentally dead to random aquatic stuff, and probably also grab Jolteon. Was risking crit in every fight? Yeah, like multiple times a fight was gonna give Muffins a heart attack. It was hilarious. I have mad respect for that. Like playing the game that just cold open, I think it's awesome. It's kind of why, like, I did a casual run of this game before this Nuzlocke. I didn't finish it, but it's nice to just sort of like free ball into things with mons that you like. And a strategy that is like probably good enough. I am hopefully not going to be quite that risky in the E4, but there are certainly, like, the Elite Four for me is definitely losable. I pretty much have the entire thing planned out. I need to get a couple of movesets sorted for mons still that are, like, unlikely to play a big role in certain fights, but they should have a moveset in case. There is almost definitely going to be at least 1 to 2 sacks by the end of it. We can definitely lose to Glacia. And if we can lose also to a really bad Glacia into Cynthia, I think. First 2 should be fine. Champ should be okay if we have gotten through Cynthia. He said I won't. Yeah, that was an amazing line. Thank you very much. I got 15 minutes or so till I gotta go for dinner, so we might grab an encounter or 2. Do I want to do that, though? The question, really, for my encounters is, like... I could go get a dragon if a dragon is going to be useful for these last few fights. But what I think I'm likely to do is just wait. And if I get to Victory Road, Or sorry, if I get to the Elite Four and I didn't need to cash in any of these encounters, right before the Elite Four stream, or at the end of the Victory Road stream, I'm gonna just go try to burn as many crap encounters as I can ahead of a New Game Plus. See, I don't know that I want to cash out. YOLO 4 or 5 Mon Champion line. That may or may not be in the cards. I don't want to spoil it. Don't want to spoil it. If we have to sack, it's almost definitely going to be on Glacia, so we're going to go through the rest of the fights a little dependent on how many things we ended up having to lose. Glacia Hail is going to suck. Glacia Sun is okay. Glacia Sun, I think I'm more likely to need a sack in the best case scenario, but the best case scenario and the worst case scenario are pretty close. They're pretty fine. Glacia Snow, I think, is the scariest fight in there for me. Where's Juan? Oh, different kind of stream. Oh! 8th gym leader Juan has just been toasted. Oh man, that's so funny. I should have pinged Juan. So what we got left, we have 133 Evergrande Victory Road. Oh, we got the cave. We got the unknown. That's done. So Evergrande Victory Road, Seafloor Cavern. We never did Seafloor Cavern, I don't think. Because a lot of the encounters seemed kind of bad. We did cash in Magma Hideout, though. So Seafloor and Meteor Falls. We did do Safari Zone. Safari Zone got us the Psychic Monkey that is not ever going to come out of the box. Ogre? Not Ogre Pawn. Oranguru? Something like that. Sky Pillar, we got Shaman. So that one's done. We need these 2 routes to do still. They were going to be saved in case I needed Terrakion, and then Meteor Falls was going to be saved in case I, wanted Jirachi. Oh, shit, we've closed all of our tabs. That's not the tab, this is the tab. Oh right, and I never went for Moss Deep. I probably will never go for Moss Deep, as I think it's only Corefish. And I want access to Corefish for New Game Plus. Where's the encounter sheet? Losing something unexpected makes for good content. That's why I sucked Houndoom intentionally. Oh, dude, that made for amazing content. Losing the Houndoom into, like, the greatest Spiritomb crit of all time was an emotional roller coaster, and I loved it. Champ was possible with 4, likely with 5, guarantee with 6. That's awesome. I think my champ line is guaranteed with 4, but oh man, maybe that's a spoiler. I think it's guaranteed with 4, might be guaranteed with 5, possible with 4. 6 should be fine. I planned the champ fight first, amusingly enough. I went to champ, Sydney, champ, Sydney, Phoebe 2, Cynthia, Phoebe 1, Glacia. And then had to throw out half of the things I had done initially for Glacia. Also, I was thinking losing, we got too confident in it. Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we were taking a look at Moss Deep. Moss Deep it has a series of gift mons and water. Yeah, Corefish Clauncher. I have never used Klotzer. I guess there's this Wingull Remoraid thing. I'd rather keep access to this Corefish and also the Wingull for early on in a New Game Plus run. So I'm going to skip Moss Deep. Actually, maybe I'll put that in the notes. Skip for New Game Plus. Is it random what E4 team you fight? Yeah, actually, let's pull up the battle sheet. I can show you what they mean by this. So the first 3 members have varying teams. So Sydney 1 is either Trick Room or Tailwind. Bits of it stay the same, bits of it change. Both have an Absol, both have a Monkey Dory. The Moss Rays varies. Sydney is, this is, I think, a Toxic Spikes stall sort of team versus, frankly, horrifying fast Ghost team with the Calyrex Shadow. Glacia is my pick for the hardest. Glacia is either a Sun team or a Snow team. With a Reshiram, the same Zenmode Darmanitan on both. It's either got Reshiram Zard or Kyurem Mega Abomasnow as Slush Rush. This shit's nasty. This is, I think, the hardest thing to prep for in the entire game. At least, for me, this was the hardest thing to prep for in the entire game. Cynthia stays the same regardless, and the champ stays the same regardless. But the first 3 are coin flips, so you kind of have to prep for 8 fights rather than 5. So we're not saving... Oh, we are saving Moss Deep. I don't need my legendary priority anymore. We got the Shaman. Let's grab 133 grass, put it down here. I think I'm not going to do these encounters, like I said. I think I'm going to save them, and then I can use them to dupe shit out if need be. And if I want a dragon, I'll go grab a dragon on like a 5-minute stream. Why is that snowman holding a broom? Listen! Listen! Hold on. Hold on. Darmanitan. Let's pick a Darmanitan. Do we not have Galarian Darmanitans? Somewhere. You already know the calc you're about to see, I think. How many Shaman HP rocks can it take? 0, that's what I fucking thought. Kind of an open question whether or not I'm actually killing this with Shaman still. I have a little bit of ironing out to do in the Glacial line. Anyway, I think that is going to do it for stream. Is anybody else about to do a fight or start prepping a fight? Because I can just raid everybody over and we can go watch that. Otherwise, I'll just wrap it up now. Bam, bam. How many Mighty Cleaves can it take? Ah! At least one. At least one. I don't have anybody that I'm following live, and I think I'm following everybody who's actively playing. Iron... What is it? It's Boulder, right? That gets the Mighty Cleave? Look at that! 222%. Not bad. That is a lot of damage. It's not quite Floatzel Surging Strikes on Camerupt's damage, but it's still pretty good. What about Snow Boost? Oh man. Almost saves it, ironically. Like, this gets way closer than I thought. 55 defense, 4x effective, still only kills it 1.5 times. Spide Ups would have done over 300%. Brack probably has a point. Is this real? Barack, this Spide Ops with 1,000 base power first impression does manage to get a kill. We'd love to see it. Even with a minus attack nature, Spide Ops truly is the greatest. Even with Snow Boost up, all you need is the 1,000 base power first impression. Not bad. You don't even need IVs. Alright, I don't think anybody else is going to be going, at least at the moment then, so I will just wrap up stream here. Thank you all for watching as always. I will not be back doing streaming after Raid this evening, but we'll see. I'm probably going to try to prep at least 2 of these tomorrow. I think the plan, talking to Muffins and Toaster and some of the rest of you in chat, was wait on Volkner till after Victory Road so you can just sack shit if need be. It makes sense. This Miraidon is a monster. I'm not sure how to beat it yet. So I think we'll probably do Rival, Wally, and then start chewing through Victory Road. We'll see if we can't get to at least one of these 2 tomorrow, but I'm going to sign off for today. So thanks again, and I will catch you guys next time.